Hey there, fellow soil enthusiasts. After 20 years of getting my hands dirty in gardens across 3 different climate zones, I've learned that successful gardening isn't about doing more. It's about doing less of the wrong things. Today, I'm sharing the 15 habits, products, and practices I've completely abandoned to transform my gardening from a constant struggle into the peaceful, productive sanctuary it is today. Trust me, your back, your wallet, and your sanity will thank you for making these changes. Let's dig in. I used to test my soil pH religiously, adjusting it with lime or sulfur like I was conducting a chemistry experiment. Here's what I discovered: most plants are incredibly adaptable. Unless you're growing blueberries or trying to turn hydrangeas blue, your plants will likely thrive in whatever soil you have. Instead of chasing the perfect 6.5 pH, I focus on building healthy soil structure with compost and organic matter. This naturally buffers pH fluctuations and creates an environment where beneficial microorganisms can do the heavy lifting. My tomatoes have never been happier, and I've saved countless hours and dollars on testing kits and amendments. Those seed packet dates and planting calendars, they're guidelines, not gospel. I spent years frantically trying to plant everything on schedule, often missing better weather windows because I was stuck on arbitrary dates. Now I plant by soil temperature and weather patterns, not calendar dates. My lettuce goes in when the soil feels right and the forecast looks favorable, whether that's March 15th or April 2nd. This flexible approach has dramatically improved my germination rates and reduced plant stress. My garage used to look like a garden center exploded in it. Specialized tools for every possible task, premium brands that promise to revolutionize my gardening experience. The reality? Most of these tools collected dust while I reached for the same reliable basics over and over. I've pared down to essentials: a quality spade, hand pruners, a good hoe, and a sturdy rake. These 4 tools handle 90% of my garden tasks. The money I've saved has gone into improving my soil and trying new plant varieties instead of accumulating more gadgets. The annual spring tilling ritual nearly broke my spirit and my back. I thought I was helping my plants by creating that picture-perfect fluffy soil bed, but in reality, I was destroying soil structure, bringing weed seeds to the surface, and honestly just creating more work for myself. Adopting a no-till approach really revolutionized my gardening. These days I add compost and mulch right on top, letting earthworms and soil organisms do all the mixing for me. My soil structure has improved dramatically, weeds have decreased, and I can plant earlier since I'm not waiting for muddy, tilled soil to dry out. I used to wage war on every dandelion and clover, spending countless hours on my hands and knees, pulling anything that wasn't intentionally planted. This perfectionist approach just left me exhausted and my garden looking kinda sterile. Now though, I distinguish between problem weeds and beneficial volunteers. Clover fixes nitrogen, dandelions break up compacted soil with their deep taproots, and a lot of wild plants support beneficial insects. I only remove weeds that genuinely compete with my crops or spread aggressively. My automatic timer system seemed like the height of garden efficiency, until I realized it was creating more problems than it solved. Overwatering shallow-rooted plants, underwatering during heat waves, and wasting water during rainy periods became constant issues. Switching to responsive watering based on soil moisture and plant needs has honestly improved plant health and reduced my water bill. I check soil moisture with my finger and really pay attention to my plants' signals. Tomatoes that develop deeper root systems because they are not getting daily shallow drinks are way more resilient during drought stress. Those magazine-worthy garden rows looked impressive, but they created maintenance nightmares. Weeding between narrow rows was absolutely backbreaking, and the unused pathways just took up valuable growing space. I've embraced intensive planting methods, grouping compatible plants in blocks and polycultures. This approach maximizes space, reduces weeding, and creates beneficial plant relationships. My lettuce grows happily shaded by tomato leaves, while basil planted nearby improves tomato flavor and deters pests. My early gardening years involved aggressive pruning of nearly every plant. The promise of quick results led me to rely heavily on synthetic fertilizers. While plants showed immediate green-up, I noticed declining soil health and increased pest problems over time. The constant need for reapplication became expensive and time-consuming. Switching to organic soil amendments and compost feeding has created a more stable, self-sustaining system. Plants grow steadily without the feast or famine cycle of chemical feeding, and beneficial soil organisms thrive, naturally suppressing diseases and pests. Quitting these 15 practices didn't happen overnight, and you don't need to abandon them all at once either. Pick one or two that resonate most strongly with your current gardening challenges and start there. Remember, the best garden is one that brings you joy, not stress. Your gardening journey is unique, and finding what works for your specific situation, climate, and lifestyle is part of the adventure. These changes have made my gardening more sustainable, enjoyable, and productive. I really hope they do the same for you. What practices are you ready to quit? Drop a comment below and share your own gardening revelations. And if this article helped simplify your gardening approach, don't forget to subscribe to Soil Sage Chronicles for more practical, no-nonsense gardening wisdom. Share this with a fellow gardener who might benefit from a simpler approach to growing. After all, the best gardens grow when knowledge is shared.